Hi everyone, my name is Julia Messius. I have a health science background, and I'm the author of the book Truth and Empathy: How to Find Your Soulmate. And I'll put a link to the book below. This video is about the romantic compatibility between ENTJs and ISFJs. But before we dive into this topic, I would like to underline something about my book. It is written from a health science point of view, so we'll be looking at the anatomy, physiology, brain endowments, and so forth of the 16 MBTI personality types. And based on this information, you can identify your own type. And since I advocate that like attract like, you will to determine who's the best romantic partner for you long term. So let's go back to the topic at hand. What do ENTJs and ISFJs have in common? Obviously, they are both judgers. So these are people who are reliable, reachable. They like to have a structured life or lifestyle, so you can count on them, and they will appreciate that about each other. So they won't have like last minute changes because it stresses them out. The other point they will have in common is that although the ENTJ is officially an extrovert, but because this personality type is an intuitive, they have better energy than most sensors, so they will need time alone to recharge, just like the ISFJ, because ISFJ is obviously an introvert. So they will understand each other on that level. The other positive aspect when it comes to this pairing is that although the ISFJ is a feeler, but if you look at their function stack, is that they have introverted thinking as their third function. So they are among the most logical of the feelers. So when the ENTJ is interacting with the ISFJ, you will feel that this person understands their logic. So that will be a strong point in terms of this couple. Now, they are going to face some challenges. The first aspect is that the ENTJ, being an intuitive, are about the abstract future, and the ISFJ, being a sensor judger, is about the concrete past. So you'll see that people who are intuitives tend to be nonconformist. These are people who like new ideas, whereas the ISFJ like the tried and true. And the other aspect that might make this pairing challenging has to do with the fact that the ENTJ has among the best energy, whereas the ISFJ, being a sensor judger, has among the lowest energy. So what's going to happen is that when the ENTJ will spend time with the ISFJ, they will feel tired and they won't be able to put their finger on what it is, because the ENTJ has extroverted thinking as their first function. They are very left brain dominant, and people who are very left brain dominant rarely be able to perceive subtle energy, so they won't be able to identify or determine why they feel tired of spending a lot of time with the ISFJ. The other aspect, obviously, because we're talking about a romantic relationship, is that the ENTJ is a thinker and the ISFJ is a feeler. Feeler, especially the ones who have extrovert feeling, either their first or second function, that is that they're very much about bonding, and they tend to be rather good when it comes to their romantic relationships. On the other hand, the ENTJ having extroverted feeling as their fourth function, it means that it's among their weakest. So what's going to happen is that the needs of the ISFJ won't be fulfilled by the ENTJ. The other point that may be a hurdle when it comes to this relationship is that they don't have the same theme for their lives. For the ENTJ, it is knowledge and power, whereas the ISFJ, it is duty and tradition. So you can see that they might have some issues there. The other hurdle this couple may face is that the ENTJ, in terms of their relationship style, is the masculine and orderly. So what they want is effectiveness in their relationships, whereas the ISFJ is the feminine and orderly, and what they want ultimately in their relationships is bonding. So they want to become one with the people they really care about. So what's going to happen in a relationship like that is that the ENTJ may feel smothered by the ISFJ, because the ISFJ, because of their relationship style, they're the type of people who want to interact almost on a daily basis with people they care about. And the ENTJ, being a very left brain dominant, doesn't need that. So that may be an issue in this relationship. overall, this is an incompatible pairing because besides the fact that they both are judgers, so they are reliable, reachable, and they will be able to understand each other on that level. The other aspect is that the ENTJ will behave more like an introvert, just like the ISFJ is an introvert. And the other positive is that the ISFJ, although a feeler, they have introverted thinking as their third function. So they're pretty logical, so they're able to understand each other on that level. But the fact that one is an intuitive thinker, the other one is a centered judger. They don't have the same theme for their lives. Even in terms of relationship style, one is a masculine orderly, the other one is feminine orderly. So they won't be able to meet each other's needs on that level. The energy also is very different. So the ENTJ may feel tired if they spend a lot of time with the ISFJ because when it comes to personality types, those groups, the intuitives are at the opposite ends from like centered judgers. So centered have the lowest energy of all the personality types. So for all these reasons, I would not encourage this type of romantic partnership. So let me know if you agree with this romantic compatibility analysis by commenting below. If you like this video, if you learned something, please click on the like button. Also remember to click on the notification bell to be notified of other videos that I'm going to be making. Subscribe to my channel and we will talk soon.